29th, and it's time for our morning briefing. Snapshot of the region this morning. No changes to the unaccompanied children. Those numbers are as of yesterday. No changes to our declarations. We still have one pending. Updated numbers from the ongoing damage assessments there. Those are the number requested and the numbers still in process or ongoing. And overnight we did have an FMAG request came in and it was withdrawn by the state of New Mexico. So, on to our geo platform this morning. Some colors on the map this morning. Cindy's going to tell us all about those in just a moment. Before we go there, no changes at national level. Both are at steady state, as is the region. Looking at our state EOCs this morning, New Mexico went to level 3 last evening for that wildfire, and we'll keep in touch with them. And Louisiana is at crisis action team level. The rest are at level 4 steady state. Both of our IMATs are deployed. Looking at shelters this morning, Louisiana has 2 shelters. You see them on the map there for 49 occupants. Texas has 2 along the Sabine River for 37 occupants. Power outages this morning, all are less than 500 and normal. And now we'll turn it over to Cindy to tell us all about the weather.
Well, good morning, everyone. We'll start out with the current weather map. Let's go from west to east. Some of those brown colors that you see in New Mexico are either for blowing dust advisories and possibly a fire weather watch for tomorrow. That broad area of pink across the rest of New Mexico into the panhandles and into West Texas is all for red flag warnings today. Then when you get over towards southern Arkansas, we're starting to see some light greens show up on the map, which is a flash flood watch that is in effect for Wednesday and Thursday time frame. And there's still some remaining light green river flooding along those rivers in East Texas and Louisiana. But let's jump right into what we're expecting with those rivers. So while the last week or so has been fairly dry, there hasn't been a lot of measurable precip across the area. That's been some good news for the river flooding across the area. However, widespread minor to moderate river flooding is still ongoing across East Texas, Louisiana, and southern Arkansas. In fact, there's still 2 points in Louisiana in the northeast portion of the state that are still at major flood stage. Now, I kind of hinted that there were some flash flood watches going up in Arkansas, and we'll likely see some additional ones going into Louisiana, Mississippi later today, because there is a pattern change. We're expecting some pretty heavy rainfall and severe thunderstorms beginning as early as tomorrow. So while the water levels have been slowly receding, then not really major changes are expected over the next several days, at least not on the improvement side. Well, looking at today, mainly just a fire weather concern, as you saw from those red flag warnings across New Mexico and the pretty much western half of Texas. There's some isolated thunderstorms going across Louisiana right now. We may see some across East Texas, but overall, no severe weather or any heavy rainfall is expected today. Things start to change, however, tomorrow, though, as severe thunderstorms and heavy rainfall is possible across a good eastern half of Region 6. By the time we get into Thursday, that system's slowly pushing off to the east, but some heavy rainfall and severe thunderstorms are certainly possible, at least for the first part of Thursday, across the eastern half of Region 6. Critical fire weather conditions will remain a concern on Wednesday and Thursday. Once we get to Friday and Saturday, things kind of quiet down, at least on the weather side. In today's weather, we're not really expecting a whole lot in the way of precipitation. We may see some isolated thunderstorms across East Texas, central Oklahoma, or even into Louisiana. Overall, today's weather is going to be pretty quiet. Tomorrow, though, is when the slight risk for severe thunderstorms develops across the eastern half of the region. That's going to persist into Thursday as well. And in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see what kind of precipitation we're looking at over the next 5 days. Pretty much 3 to 4 inches is expected across southern Arkansas, stretching into northern Louisiana, and then even into southeast Louisiana, and that's going to fall mainly in the Wednesday to Thursday time frame in that area. No real changes to the drought monitor expected this week. No real precipitation fell in North Texas, so they may have, the panhandles of Texas, so that area may see an increased drought coverage, and space weather remains fairly quiet. And that's all I've got for you today, pending any questions.
Thank you, Cindy. If you have a question for the Weather Service, you know what to do. the meantime, we'll take a look at the meetings going on around the region. And our weather question for today. The pouch-shaped clouds that protrude downward from thunderstorms. What do we call those? And I see lots of answers coming in, and we have some correct ones. Modest. Any questions this morning? Angela, I'll go back and take a look at your question here in just a second. Any questions this morning? All right, doing them. Everyone have a great day. And let me look over on the map to answer